I am just fucking tired. I'm tired of this. I'm exhausted. I'm annoyed. I want this to be over. I just, oh my gosh, I want to cry, but I'm so tired of crying. I don't even know how the fuck I still have tears left to cry. That's to be expected, I guess. I am forced to escalate. I have been fighting this for so long. I proved the crimes forever ago. This is literally what they mean by a crime has to be proven without reasonable doubt. I have proven these crimes over and 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 over, from county level to federal level, from corporations to courts, from governors to secretaries. I'm tired. This is crazy as fuck. The fact that I still have to continue to extend the evidentiary record even after filing in district court just proves the level of retaliation I am dealing with. Like, y'all have no fucking idea how crazy this is. And again, I am doing everything by myself. Oh my gosh. I am the legal team. I create the documents. I want to share one of the documents that's going out with the escalation to the United States Supreme Court. Oh my goodness. Declaration of Systemic Violations and Demand for Equitable Remedy by Heaven-Marshay Hope. Date September 28th, 2025. Yes, this was already created before the deadline even happened, because they keep fucking showing me that I'm gonna have to fucking just keep fighting. One, introduction. Let the record reflect that this is not a petition, request, or plea. This is a lawful declaration of rights, injury, and remedy, filed on public and private record. I, Heaven-Marshay Hope, am the injured party. I stand as a mother, a lawful living woman, and a private American national whose rights have been egregiously violated at every level of this system, from state to federal, administrative to judicial. This declaration documents a pattern of misconduct, fraud, obstruction, and irreparable harm committed under the color of law, and records the continued failure of this system to offer remedy as constitutionally, ethically, and spiritually required. I am not merely invoking my rights, I am enforcing them. The delay is no longer neutral. Delay is unlawful harm. 2. Summary of violations. Unlawful separation and retention of my daughter. My daughter, Nevaeh Naomi Nash, was unlawfully taken from my lawful custody despite absence of neglect, abuse, or criminal activity. The taking was violent, traumatic, and included my own unlawful detainment, excessive force, and psychological harm witnessed by multiple minor children. I have exhausted all legal channels available to me, filing motions, affidavits, complaints, and lawful notices at every level. Each one met with silence, rejection, intimidation, or further harm. clerk obstruction, and judicial misconduct. District and appellate courts engage in deliberate procedural fraud, including dismissal of filings without review, returning completed complaints rather than documenting them, holding in forma pauperis IFP motions in pending status without lawful ruling, failure to return file stamp copies of submission, violating my right to approvable record, state and federal agency negligence. The following agencies failed to act despite receiving credible reports, filings, and supporting exhibits: DOJ, Department of Justice, acknowledged merit and deflected, claiming the violations falls outside of the rights and laws that they enforce. The Department of Health and Human Services, no response to claim of child endangerment and agency misconduct until being lawfully served as a defendant. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Trade Commission failed to enforce rights related to the refusal of lawful negotiable instruments. The Ohio Secretary of State refused to file my declaration of status despite full compliance and lawful payment. ICE whistleblower agency dismissed filings without remedy or rebuttal. Systemic fraud, collusion, and suppression of rights. Coordinated retaliation and silence among public agencies demonstrate a systemic effort to suppress remedy. Violation of court's paperwork and silence has compounded irreparable harm and obstructed truth. This is not bureaucracy, this is fraud and dereliction of sworn duty. Sworn duty. Fraudulent court actions and retaliation. 3 fraudulent court cases have been opened against me, all lacking substantial evidence and due process. The most egregious court has blatantly violated my rights for well over a year, issuing threats, intimidation tactics that led directly to the invasion of my home, unlawful detainment, and premeditated kidnapping of my minor daughter. Bedford courts currently maintain 2 fraudulent cases against me with no evidence of harm, violation, or injury by myself. In the illegal lawsuit opened by Alley Bank and Javich Block LLC, I have proven lack of jurisdiction. The custodial interference case is a blatant retaliatory act weaponizing the very violations I have reported against myself. Utility retaliation and deprivation of rights. My electricity was unlawfully disconnected after I reported the inhumane practice of treating utilities, a natural right, as a privilege. The harm was reported to the PUCO, which created the illusion of an investigation while unlawful activity persisted throughout the investigation period. I received further unlawful messages implying that I have missed payments despite verified proof of payment, and my investigation was closed as if the pattern of retaliation did not exist. Remedy demanded. Let the record reflect I do not seek mere money. I seek equity, tangible, rightful, enforceable remedy for myself, my daughter, and my bloodline. Immediate relief is not optional and is the only lawful and humane outcome. This includes, but is not limited to, the immediate reunification with my daughter, Nevaeh Naomi Nash, formal enforcement of my declaration of status on a federal level, full punitive damages in the amount of 100 million United States dollars based on unlawful detainment, psychological, emotional, and spiritual harm, systemic delay and suppression of memory, obstruction of fraud at federal and state levels, full lawful ownership and unlimited uninterrupted access to my living trust as well as the trust of my children, trust which lawfully belong to me and my bloodline, enforcement of rights for my entire bloodline, including access to land, home, lawful travel, education, utilities, healthcare, and inheritance without interference. All remedy to be made in equitable form, land, home, vehicle, credit, trust establishment, etc., not merely fiat U.S. currency. Accountability for all the named individuals in the record, including the court agencies and clerks whose misconduct, silence, and fraud contributed to this harm, as well as daily equitable charges for every day my daughter is unlawfully retained. Charges initially started at $25,000 United States dollar per day, were first to escalate to $50,000 50,000 United States dollars per day because of continued obstruction, delay, and harm persisting for over 30 days. These charges are to be explicitly fulfilled by the defendants named in the emergency complaint, currently totaling 1,425,000 United States dollars and counting. Legal foundation. This declaration stands on the foundation of the following constitutional, statutory, and equitable authorities. 28 United States Code 1915, access to courts cannot be financially obstructed. 42 United States Code 1983, civil action for deprivation of rights under the color of law. 18 United States Code 242, criminal penalties for willful rights violations. The Truth in Lending Act, TILA, requires clear disclosure of terms and ensures fair treatment in credit and financial transactions. 15 United States Code 1692, FDCPA, protects consumers from abusive and deceptive debt collection practices. Remedy obligations under HJR 192/1933 establishes remedy for the elimination of lawful money and requires discharge of obligations through negotiable instruments. Bounds v. Smith 1977 recognizes rights to meaningful access to the courts. Byrne v. Ohio 1959 affirms the rights cannot be conditioned to the ability to pay. UCC Articles 3 and 9 govern negotiable instruments and secure transactions. Constitutionally secured rights, including due process, rights as a guardian, rights to travel, and right to pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. Natural law, the supreme and imputable law of the Creator, which no system can override. Declaration of standing and demand for remedy. Let the record reflect Let the record reflect, I have not asked for permission. I have followed the law. I have not acted with vengeance. I have acted with patience. I have not operated in ignorance. I have operated in truth. The system has broken its oath, ignored the law, and violated the sacred. This system did not break me, but has broken every illusion I once held about justice. I am not here to beg for mercy. I am here to enforce my rights. I am here to restore my family, and I am here to stand as proof that no power is greater than truth. Final declaration of notice of urgency. I have complied with every rule, every instruction, and every procedural demand placed upon me, including the creation and submission of a complete evidentiary record that is not only full but undeniable. I have acted in good faith at every stage, going well beyond due diligence, not because I wish to, but because repeated obstruction has forced me to. This record does not need another filing, another exhibit, or another extension. It needs enforcement. I invoke my right to a speedy trial and to a timely remedy. Every day of delay compounds imperishable harm to myself and my minor daughter, Nevaeh Naomi Nash. Justice delayed is justice denied. Denial of remedy itself constitutes a separate and compounding violation of law. Let the record reflect, I have met every lawful requirement. I've done more than what was required. The harm is ongoing and unbearable. The Supreme Court now stands as the final gatekeeper of justice, holding exclusive jurisdiction to act. This court's response will determine whether the rule of law still stands or whether institutional delay is allowed to override human rights. The most immediate and equitable remedy is the lawful return of my daughter, Nevaeh Naomi Nash, to my care and custody without delay. I do not consent to further obstruction. I demand immediate and equitable remedy. Failure to act will constitute willful complicity in the violations documented herein. Please be advised, this document is only necessary because I, Heaven-Marshay, Hope, plaintiff, applicant, and petitioner, still hold no tangible proof that the complete federal complaint has been filed onto the docket. The Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals has blatantly refused to provide copies of the filed documents, despite my request on multiple occasions. This refusal, together with the District Court of Ohio's refusal to file my complete evidentiary record and the Appeals Court prohibition of its violence, constitute clear procedural misconduct. These actions are documented In my complete evidentiary record, it served as the direct proof of violations, obstruction, and retaliation I continue to report. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Martin Luther King Jr. I am not behind. I am light. I speak the law of truth, not fear. Every false structure around me must fall. My words hold weight. My light reveals lies, and I stand protected spiritually, lawfully, and divinely. All rights reserved. All submissions made in truth. Honor and in good faith by Heaven-Marshay, Hope, living woman, lawful guardian, authorized representative. All rights reserved without prejudice. UCC 1-308. I promise y'all, I don't know what the fuck I thought I knew about the system, but this experience has made things abundantly clear for me, and I can't even make that shit up. I don't know. I did not think that this would be this challenging, especially not after I made it to district court. That I already had the proof. I had substantial evidence in district court. The fact that I really am being forced to escalate this much is super concerning to me, because this should never have gotten this far. I am exhausted from fighting so hard. I have been forced to fight nonstop from it's so many different angles. It's crazy. It's so many different agencies involved. There's so many different people involved. There's so many different. I can't even bring into words how generous $20 million was, if I'm being completely honest with y'all. That shit was so generous, it's crazy. I definitely should have started off at 100 million, because this shit is ridiculous. And it's like, I am still being forced to fight so fucking hard. When I know that the crimes have been committed, when I know that my record is undeniable, and still they continue to play in my face. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want my daughter back, and I just want rightful remedy. I am not even asking for too much. I'm not even asking for a lot, in my personal opinion. Y'all have no fucking idea how much I've actually been through, how hard I've been forced to work, how costly this has been, how time consuming this has been. You know how motherfucking much money lawyers and judges make? And I have been doing the fucking work of entire legal teams by myself. This shit is fucking wild, bro. I promise you, you think you know some shit until you really just experience it and just realize that you don't know shit. I don't know. I didn't know shit. The best fucking possible thing about this escalation is it can't go beyond the United States Supreme Court. They have to. They damn sure are obligated to uphold the constitutional law, human rights, all of those things. It can't go past this. I'm mad as fuck it even made it to this. I cannot wait for this shit to be over.